Well, everybody, it's that time. Time to watch the best of the best from last week in Alabama high school football and volleyball action. It's time to check out Holtzford's highlights. We open this week's highlights featuring two outstanding Class 6A volleyball matches in Baldwin County, one of AHSAA's best volleyball hotbeds. We pick up the action with Spanish Fort High School and Baldwin County High School at Bay Minette, with Elise McKinney of the Toros delivering a spike for one of her 10 kills in the match. Both teams deliver some big moments in this next point before Abigail Lambert ends it with another Spanish Fort spike. The Toros win this one in straight sets 3-0, improving to 32-13 on the season. Next, we travel 15 miles to pick up on the action between Bayside Academy, which is riding a 20-year state championship winning streak, and Robertsdale. We see a long volley here by the Admirals and the Golden Bears before Bayside's Georgia McInnes delivers one of her 9 kills on the night. Next, Blakely Robbins gets some help with hit blocks in the first set for the Admirals. Coach Ann Schilling's squad wins this match 3-0 to improve to 37-11 in the Lady Admirals' first season in Class 6A. We now move into football highlights, and we have plenty of them to show you. We start with Andalusia High School hosting Geneva High School in Class 4A Region 2. The Bulldogs get on the board first with a short catch and run by receiver Caden Denson from quarterback Jack Lathrop that goes 32 yards for the score. Later in the first half, Geneva's Rhett Shiver drops back to punt. Andalusia's Ty Cameron Jackson fields the ball and returns it 73 yards for the score. Andalusia remains unbeaten at 7-0 with a 69-19 win as Lathrop finishes a 211-yard passing and 3 touchdowns, and Denson had 5 catches for 160 of those yards and all 3 TD receptions, including this final TD on a jet sweep. Andalusia faces Slocum this week and then faces unbeaten Montgomery Catholic October 14th with the Region 2 title on the line. Moving eastward, we look in on Opelika and Auburn in a big Class 7A Region 2 rivalry before a packed house at Duck Sanford Stadium. The action picks up with Opelika quarterback Roman Gagliano passing to Bryce Speakman for the 21-yard score as Opelika takes a 14-13 lead in the first half. That lead would last until just before halftime when Auburn, ranked number 1 by the Alabama Sports Writers Association Class 7A state rankings, goes into their bag of tricks from field goal formation. The direct snap to Will Best catches Opelika off guard, and his pass to Clyde Pittman, normally the quarterback, he's wide open for the touchdown as Auburn takes the lead. The unbeaten Tigers of Coach Keith Etheridge score the next 31 points, including this 15-yard touchdown run by Pittman, and cruises to a 51-29 win. Staying in East Alabama, we check out Eufaula vs. Carroll in a Class 5A Region 2 battle played on Thursday night. Tigers quarterback Copeland Cotton hands off to Arlias Slaughter, who scores a touchdown and then connects with Antron Mitchell on a long pass as Eufaula extends the lead. The Tigers would score 27 unanswered points to build a 24-point lead on the way to a 43-19 win over the Eagles. Moving back to Class 7A, we head to Madison, where Florence High School and Bob Jones are set to battle in a wild one in Region 4. Falcons quarterback Leo Glover stuns the crowd with a 48-yard run on a 4th play of the game for the opening touchdown. We fast forward to an even more exciting 4th quarter as Bob Jones running back Tyron Washington takes a handoff and dashes 20 yards for the score to tie the game 35-35. Florence isn't done, however. The Falcons drive down the field, getting in field goal range, and place kicker Chandler Dixon delivers with a 20-yard field goal to take the 38-35 lead. The Patriots respond, however, moving quickly into field goal range with enough time for one final play. However, Florence's standout defensive back Jahil Hurley blocks the field goal try, and the visiting Falcons improve to 5-2, escaping with the win. Staying in Class 7A, we find another nail-biter between Hewitt-Trussville and defending Class 7A state champion Thompson in Alabaster. Unlike most recent Huskies-Warriors games, this one was a defensive battle from the start. The Warriors coach Mark Freeman extends the lead 14-6 with this interception and 30-yard run for a touchdown by Anquan Fagans. Hewitt gets a late touchdown from quarterback Peyton Floyd on a 4-yard run up the middle, but Thompson's Fagans stops the 2-point conversion with his second interception of the game, and the Warriors win 14-12 and remain unbeaten in Region 3 at 4-0. The 7A competition continues to be fierce as we head back to Baldwin County with Region 1 rivals Foley and Fairhope meeting for the 100th time. The host Pirates jumped to a quick lead over the Lions, but fast-forwarding to the fourth quarter, quarterback Reese Tynes cuts a 10-point Fairhope lead to 2, scoring a touchdown. With a minute and 42 remaining, kicker Matt Owens kicks the winning field goal as Foley snaps a 5-game losing skid in the series to win 39-38. The Lions now hold a 53, 43, and 4 edge in the series dating back to 1931. Heading to a Class 6A Region 7 encounter at Muscle Shoals, Hartselle rolls in riding a 19-game regular season winning streak dating back to 2020. It takes some late-game heroics, however, to extend that regular season streak to 20 in a row. Trailing in the fourth quarter, quarterback Jack Smith calls his own number and scores to take the lead over Muscle Shoals. The Trojans regain the lead, however, picking up the action late in the final period. Ree Fletcher gets the handoff from Smith and runs into the end zone as the Tigers take a 29-26 lead. Muscle Shoals gets the final shot to tie the game, but the field goal falls just short, and Hartselle takes a come-from-behind win to remain unbeaten in region play. Heading to Crenshaw County, we check in on Class 2A rivals Highland Home and Luverne in Region 3. The unbeaten Flying Squadron took control early with Tyler Cheney intercepting 2 passes on defense. Austin Crittenden running for 78 yards on 14 carries, and KD Shepard picking up 120 yards on 10 carries and scoring 3 touchdowns. And Highland Home's big man, Keldrick Falk, a defensive end committed to Florida State, picks up a TD and has 92 total yards of offense as well. Highland Home wins this one 41-14 to improve to 7-0 on the season and 4-0 in region play. Moving to Class 4A Region 8, Westminster Christian comes into its game with DAR, looking to get back in the win column after losing a 70-69 game with Central Florence the week before. Quarterback Brandon Mush had another big game for the Wildcats, racking up 281 passing yards and 210 rushing yards to account for 7 touchdowns in a 53-7 win over the Patriots. He had 4 passing touchdowns to give him 107 on his career, pushing him past legendary quarterback Brody Croyle to 5th place in the AHSAA all-time passing TD list. Croyle, who started at Westbrook Christian High School from 1996 to 1999, had 105 career TD passes before quarterbacking at Alabama and in the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs. We close this week's highlights with the top plays from last week's AHSAA TV Network Game of the Week, produced by WOTM TV, featuring St. Michael's Catholic of Fairhope hosting a tough 49-41 victory over Orange Beach in Class 4A Region 1. Let's join the broadcast team with Coach Rick Rose and Mickey Shadrick.
What a battle tonight it was in Fairhope. 4A Region 1 matchup tonight between St. Michael and Orange Beach. And St. Michael holds on for a 49-41 victory. Huge region win tonight for the Cardinals. Mickey Shadrick's along with Coach Rick Rhodes. Coach, coming in, we knew this game looked like a very evenly matched game. 2 teams in desperate need of a region win. You had the rivalry element in play as they're only about a half hour apart. This game was everything that we thought it could be.
Yeah, it really was. It really was an exciting game, as good a game as we have had in a long, long time. It had really everything, but what it had more of than anything else was that right there. Great running by St. Michael behind the left side of that offensive line. That got us started tonight, and that's going to be something that we're going to see repeated throughout the night. Very physical game, pretty heated, and lots of big plays, and right here, you see the Makos get back in this game with a long strike right here, and that won't be the last time we see that young man tonight.
Yeah, Riddell had 3 touchdown receptions tonight, and you talked about it during the telecast. It was the deep ball that really was the friend of the Makos tonight, and it was the methodical running and the churning of the ground game behind this big offensive line by St. Michael's. Faiupu had the huge game, and this was a game that saw a lot of momentum swings back and forth. Turnovers and penalties played a part. Bottom line, though, Coach, it was just every time that Orange Beach got close, and they pulled to within 6 at one point, St. Michael's always seemed to have the answer.
They always did. They always would come up with a play, and it came in different forms, as you see. Again, another answer by Orange Beach to close things down. But every time they did, as you can see, that momentum's wearing a white shirt right here, and it looked like that maybe Orange Beach was going to get back and maybe win this football game. But every time that would be the case, St. Michael would have an answer.
Big sack here. Pearson, the linebacker for Orange Beach, had a huge game, and you see here it was Murphy with the pass to Cortez, and then Faiupu. Again, what a game he had. 4 touchdown runs for this young man tonight.
And that 4th down pass to Sexton was one of the big plays in the game, and that touchdown afterwards. Again, Orange Beach will answer right back. Looks like it's going to be a track meet to the end, and it was.
And then another run here, Ezra Sexton taking it the distance in for the touchdown. And
if you like big play football, this was your game, because there were a ton of them.
And this was a 3rd and 20.
Yeah,
Turner to Riddell.
I was just going to say, we talked about big chunk plays. Well, there are a lot of chunks taken tonight, I can tell you, Mickey. There's another one right here. And it was a lot. We saw some familiar names, but there were a lot of different guys too that made plays. Corte, that was his long play of the night, and then of course this is going to be a kickoff return that we thought might turn everything around for the night, but again, St. Michael will answer.
And here is another Faiupu touchdown. Again, 4 for this young man tonight. He contributed in so many ways. And then again, when you thought Orange Beach was out, they get the touchdown pass to Riddell. And then here is the huge 4th down play that pretty much sealed the deal for St. Michael and got them the win and got their coach all excited.
If you want to see your highlights on next week's show, send them to David Holsford at the email address on your screen. Don't forget about this week's AHSAA TV Network Game of the Week. This Thursday, we'll be at Gordo for their game versus Fayette County. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you right back here next week. But in the meantime, please remember that sportsmanship is essential to high school sports programs. Remember to be a good sport.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.